I think I am now online. I will look in the stream if there is somebody. Tell me if there is somebody. I did not be in my now, but let I check out if there's somebody. Flighty, flighty, fly. Now, my name is Geometer Sikkerin. I am I am an environmentalist and I am vegan. I make environmental based videos. And animal rights based videos on this channel. And if you watched it on the Immortal Vegan channel, then the channel you're watching is my cooking slash vegan lifestyle-ish channel. If you not know, if you have read the title of the video, I will start. I have banana up. Please, if you are watching my video, give a reaction so I know that you are there. If you have seen the title of this video, then I suggest you know where it will go about. Well, fair use and copyright law, and the idea of a fair and honest system of this. Copyright laws are created to protect somebody's idea, somebody's work, somebody's make work, somebody's books, somebody's ideas. There, you can say, are pretty delicate, and in many ways they are confusing, intentional confusing, so that large businesses, I suggest, can exploit smaller businesses, or then they can claim that their material is in fact copyright infringement of them. And since smaller businesses are often don't have the political power or the money to sue the bigger businesses, the bigger businesses can go away with violating the copyright rules system and stealing the work of smaller businesses. If you ask me, fair use is when you are using just in comparison a very small percentage of copyright protected material. Like I have done in a video of me on YouTube. Where I've gotten copyright claim from the big BC. Let I look if I can find. Let I look if I can find the video for you guys and girls. I go back to YouTube, Facebook. I mean, since YouTube will maybe put again a strike on it because it does like to be a cock. Sorry, a crony of the big businesses, because they are scared for big corporate businesses because there are money horny. Let's see. Let's see. A problem with it. I think I don't have uploaded on my Facebook server right now. I changed now my location and language because I don't want that anybody know where I live. Um, Maybe you can find it out where I live when I use my native language. Let me make my own. If you are still there, you are great. If you are walking away since it's have taken me a while to find the video, I'm depressed. Yeah. I basically have used a very small percent of the video of the BBC, the emoji.
Same kind of intelligence of this by our standards. As a 3-year-old to 6-year-old child.
Acceptance of the copyright law, for example, in the United States, is for education and critical purpose. I know the BBC is not from the United States, but I was thinking maybe copyright laws for the United States should be one honest and regional alternative for international laws, since we don't have them, since YouTube is an American business. So I was thinking, should videos that are put on YouTube not being protected under American USA copyright system, since it is basically an American business? And if that was not the case, then become very then it become even more loose on what is okay and what is not, if you understand what I mean. I think it is a very good standpoint if you say that using some amounts of material from any source can be considered fair use if you are use it for educational or criticizing. I think any copyright system that does not agree with that standpoint is cronying corporate businesses, if you understand what I mean. There are also many other problems with Britain's copyright system laws are also similar, but also diluted since a friend of me have showed it. It seems that their copyright system actually give them businesses a higher defense in it when it comes to copyright, since it what I did see. We can find it back. Niente. They also say that educational and study purposes as as black and white. You can say that according to the in British law of copyright, it's also justifiable to use parts of videos for educational or criticizing purposes. Now, if you ask me, if you don't can use a part of a video in your video for criticizing purposes without getting a copyright strike or that some business take your complete and 100% rights away from your video, then you don't can call it democratic. Then you are an oligarchy, how protect the rich and screw over the poor. If you see that video of me, you can see that I have actually used a very small percentage. And they say something about things like that in exceptions for fair use. For example, with used to 10% of short moves. I think if the BBC, if one of the people of the BBC is smart and will not be a fascist, to small YouTubers how try to get some work done and don't want to give all what their work on to the BBC, so we can create one fair system, should take notice of that. I think it is very reasonable that if I see this, that I have the right to use small parts of most of any video if I use it in one educational frame. And I like to debate the CEO of the BBC for stuff like that. To, at least if he is reasonable and don't is an greedy, self-entitled douche how believes you can take others their content if you are larger and have more publicity, if you are have a bigger platform. But yes, what about the what is my idea of a fair use system? Now, so I have to say it before in this video. Fair use, if you ask me, is when you're not using the complete video of other author. If you change the speed a little bit, if also with the noticing that to what I've said before of not using the whole content, use just a small part of it, use the majority of the video content you use in your video, like I do actually most of the time. That's all fair use. If I use a small fragment of the news, if you ask me, that is not copyright infringement. If I take some small stroke of some documentary in my video to make a more clearer point, even if I can leave it out, but if the point is more entertaining, and I believe it brings a clearer picture to the video. Then I think it is justifiable. I be not for that you take a whole video of somebody and say that it's your work. Don't go ridiculous or something like that. But I think the most copyright laws are very much in favor of corporate businesses and are, so I have to say, the description are often can be easily different interpreted to protect the corporate elite. Then is and stop it media, then big businesses, if they claim that their work is copyright protected and you don't have the right to use stuff like that. If you look on the nature of many of the businesses, are actually amoral. So I say before, I don't believe that a business cares about morality. I think a business cares about this. There are can play that I care about some stuff, some problems. But that's just like how a narcissist maybe can play the card that he cares about some problems in the world because if he talks about the problems, he get more praises and people will fall more easily for his schemes because he wants to have a better picture of himself. If you understand what I mean by that, do you? Why? This is natal tea. No caffeine for me. Is that somebody in the chat? Is that somebody in the chat? Is that somebody? Let a look for a bit. Let a look. Let a look for a bit. If there are somebody. No, nobody now. Nobody here. So sad. One whole hour. And nobody here. Nobody want to listen to my opinions and my struggle against the so-called copyright justice system. By the way, if you watch this video, you can see that my using of this small, not more than a half-minute long part is in completely not violation of whatever copyright law. I have also changed the speed, so you can see it sounds like a chipmunk from Alvin Chapman's. It's very high tone. Check out the whole video if you want to see more about that, because I don't want to have also a copyright strike from the BBC on this video. In the hell, if I get a copyright strike on my video from the BBC on this video, now think I become furious. And that proved my point that the BBC is a money horny corporate immoralist media.
Why should we change our language to not discriminate against animals anymore? Why should we stop using words like bitch, which is actually a word for a female dog, as an insult for one woman how is trustful, or somebody who's weak, minded, or spiritual, or just somebody how is nasty. Now, people say it's arguments, for example, all animals don't understand this, therefore it is okay. So, by your own logic, it is okay to insult people in a language they don't understand. Imagine I can speak Japanese, then I go to America and any place where nobody understands me and insult anybody just because they don't understand the things I say. Make that me right in that position, just because they don't understand the language I speak at the moment. Imagine you come, you live in a country, you live in the United States, and somebody, a group of Turkish men, walk behind you and say in Turkish you are a filthy whore when you are a woman. Do you think that is okay? I hope you understand my points if you're in this situation. Now, instead of that you call somebody how is a woman and how is trustful or is just a nasty woman a bitch, you can also call them something like a succubus. Succubus is a monster in the Hebrew mythology, and it's actually kind of I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. Kind of rapey demon. Rapey and trustful the female demon. The male version is an incubus. So you can call them man how is sexual promiscuous and incubus or something like that. And to get belly rubs. They are on the same kind of intelligence of this. We not, it's called. And why? Now, another is that we say person that we don't like. That most people use words like a pig for a cow they don't like, or a person they don't like. not deserving of the condemnation you feel for that specific car.
By the way, what's the horrible thing to think that we Nazi, let's call it your Nazi.
Or that neighbor you don't like, or that filthy guy who cheated on your sister. Pigs are cute, they are a bit like dogs, they like to cuddle and to get belly rubs. They are on the same kind of intelligence, at least by our standards. As a 3-year-old to 6-year-old child. So, I've also made a while ago a video about this topic, since I find it fun to do that on the moment. You can watch it as well. I talk about many more different examples that I not all have used in this video.
So, this is the end of the video, I think. Tell me in the description if you are agreeing with me about that fair use should be protected and not being vague and can be interpreted by different people in different ways, specifically when they have an agenda against somebody, so they can use that to blackmail others, like they now can do in many countries. Um, because the BBC can example claims that my video was not fair use, when in reality it was 100% fair use. If you ask me, since I have used just a tiny bit in my video, which is around close to 30 minutes long. The as I have used in my video was just for 26 seconds or something like that. So BBC, you're just on this moment, I think, just have something against me. Maybe it is because I was not so friendly in my posts that I sent you, where I explained that my video was 100% fair use. And maybe I've shocked you a little bit by saying that you have to learn better the fair use system, but that is not a reason that you are claiming my video and possibly go to put ads on it if you that gets you money as if I did have more subscribers. Because if you claim that that small piece is copyright infringement of you, and you claim my complete video, then you are stealing my content. And let me be fair, I been in that video. My face is in that video. In the country where I live, your face cannot be photographed and published without the consent of the one it belongs to. So technically I can also go that same road that you are going to do by my um, forcing to hold on the British copyright system and not the American, what I think in this case is more realistic. By going to the copyright laws of the country where I live in. And do you want to know how deep the rabbit hole goes? I know, so I've said before, that stealing, I agree that stealing one whole video without crediting specifically of somebody is totally unfair, unjustifiable. But I don't agree with you that using a small piece of a far larger series that you produced once, maybe a lot years ago, have the same kind of impact as using that whole video. If you understand what I mean. That's just fascism, if you ask me. So please be reasonable to people how get false copyright claims from YouTube. I'll claim, oh, this part belongs to a series of the BBC. It's the song of some artist or whatever. Because they also can get sometimes very frustrated because of that, and they often think you are the reason their content gets demonetized or blocked or banned in some areas of the world or whatever, just because copyright is arbitrary. And anybody can decide actually how they want to protect their own copyright, and it is not a strong law, and therefore it is easy to corrupt and to misuse. There's a problem with in straight laws, laws that are loose, that can easily to be manipulated, and that's what so many people do, specifically people in power. But this was the video of today. I hope you like it, and I'll see you next time. See you later, amigo.